Welcome back to Living Local. Common Chord's Great River Ducky Derby is an engaging community event supporting important environmental efforts. And joining us today are Dan Breidenstein, Vice President of Living Lands and Waters, and Steve Ahrens, of course, Director of Strategic Initiatives at Common Chord, which is also this segment sponsor. Welcome back to the show, fellas.
It's great to be here.
I'm happy you're here.
Yeah.
So let's start with what's new at each joint. Let's start with you. What's new at Common Chord, man?
Well, we have a big weekend coming up with, we're partnering with Alternating Currents. So we're going to have a block party, first of all, right in front of our building this Friday and Saturday. So that's awesome. One thing, but there's a whole litany of activities and concerts free that we've been offering throughout the summer. Our Live at 5, our Big 9 concert series, in addition to ticketed concerts inside the Redstone Room.
Well, and in addition, you have all of these programs you guys do throughout the year. I have no idea how, with your skeleton crew, that you guys do all that you do.
That's true. Nonprofits, it's a challenge, but our education programming. We have Intune, a music mentorship program. We had a really successful. We called out to the community for our Let's Band Together for donated instruments that we reuse. We get in the hands of high school students that are unable to access instruments or afford music lessons, and so those that are just sitting in the closet, those instruments are put to reuse.
You're making it happen over there, man.
That's just a couple of our education programs.
I know. It's an exhaustive list. I highly recommend you go check out the website and check everything else out. And so, Dan, what about you, man? There's Living Lands and Waters, same thing.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. We right now are getting ready to kick off our fall tour. We'll be on the Ohio River. More locally here, we've been having a big emphasis on our new headquarters down over at Beacon Harbor, putting in a lot of funds and a lot of activity there to get more greatly rooted into the community. We're always been a staple, but it's one of those things that we want to kind of connect with the community a little bit better, a little bit more, and on a deeper level. So our barge will be coming back in town later this fall, and it'll be here for the spring semester doing more river education.
Yeah, and for those living under a rock, Living Lands and Waters does so much for not just our community, but across the United States. Like you mentioned, Ohio River. Can you kind of touch on kind of like from a bird's eye view, what Living Lands and Waters is all about?
Yeah, so I mean, we all know the story of Chad Gracke probably by now, but one guy, one mission to clean up America's rivers, and we've been doing just that. We've worked with over 136,000 volunteers, worked on 31 rivers now, 23 states, picked up over 14 million pounds of garbage. So we're just traveling around doing that. That's the reactive approach, proactive, doing the education, getting high school kids out there, middle school kids, show them why the river's important, build a connection with it so then they can care about it as they get older. And trees, we do a lot of tree plantings, we do invasive removal, but we're blessed with all the support that we get from the Quad City area.
I tell you, dude, like talk about somebody who's making like an actual difference. Between the two of you guys, you're saving the world. So
and that's what brings us together.
That is what brings you guys together.
Segue for you, no.
But let's talk about this Great River Ducky Derby, man. Let's talk about the event and what it's all about.
So we're in our second year, and it's an idea that we conceived last year. Actually, to help support the costs to do our education programming. And so the community responded, so I think this becomes an annual event. Basically, folks can adopt a duck for $10. One of these,
one of the ducks
here, and then on Labor Day weekend, Saturday, August 30th, we, with the help of Living Lands and Waters and Dan here, able to do a derby. Actually, race them there in the waters off Credit Island at 6:30 on August 30th, and the top 3 ducks that cross the finish line win $1,000, $500, or a year of free tickets and in the Redstone Room.
How many ducks are you looking at having here?
So we had no idea last year. I have these goals that we're gonna attain in the future years. Where I've seen like it's Chicago, the Chicago River. They use dump trucks to dump them into the Chicago River, and there's like 20,000 of these things. We last year had about 500.
That's still awesome.
And I was thrilled with it because all of that goes towards our efforts. And so hoping to have one more than last year is my goal.
I love that. And so the Big 9 concert series, we should touch on that real quick. That's been going on. And you have another one coming up.
Well, and actually our final one is a Steely Dan tribute band called Steely Dane.
I love that. Isn't that awesome? I think that's so cool.
And it follows the Ducky Derby there at Credit Island at 7 o'clock.
Great. So that you can get some ducks, some music, you got everything. So if someone wanted to adopt a duck, what's the best way to learn how to do do that?
Well, the best way is to go to our website, commonchordqc.org.
And give us the date, time, all those details that we want to know.
Saturday, August 30th at 6:30.
Okay.
And you can see Dan here trying to wrangle all of the finishers.
That's right, the duck wrangler.
Make sure that they don't head all the way downstream.
That's really the important work you're doing, Dan.
That's right.
That must be, it must be quite a sight to see. I mean, that's crazy.
Well, unfortunately, last year it was a rain out. And so we did the Derby, but we did it without a crowd.
That's a bummer.
After this. So this is the first year that we're hoping to have great weather and the cooperation of a great turnout.
Yeah, and so commonchordqc.org is how they learn.
right.
And Living Lands and Waters, tell us how they can learn more about that, Dan.
Yeah, so I mean, our website, livinglandsandwaters.org, we're always looking for volunteers, always support as well and everything. And I think for nothing else, just come out and see if we can catch all those ducks going downriver and see some good music.
Or something.
Yeah.
Maybe that's for next year.
There you go. Over under.
I love it. Well, fellas, thanks for coming in. It's always a pleasure to see you guys, and good luck with the event, man.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Again,
Thanks.
this segment was sponsored by Common Chord. You can learn more when you visit commonchordqc.org. We'll have all those details posted at outwardquadcities.com.